Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Marcie, Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I am from Clovis, California. Welcome so much today. Thank you for joining me on this Sunday. I am excited to be sharing our new kit with you called Road to Christmas Kit. It is super cute, super simple. There's not even any stamping in it, so I think it's an awesome gift to maybe give to somebody. And I think it is a really great kit to make alternatives. And that's what I did today. But I make them super simple. You know, I like it quick and easy, but I want to step up the quality. Although I have to say, it is a great kit just like it is. But I decided to make it a little more, I thickened it up a little bit, added a little shimmer to it. And, well, I'll show you in just a little bit, but I just wanted to show you that it's really easy to do. When I do my alternatives, it's more about the quality than the quantity. So I like to, let me just mute here. Sorry about that. I like to step up the quality versus making a bunch of them. Sometimes I like to make a bunch if the double-sided card and it gives, if there's a stamp set, and it gives you some extra pieces to be able to do that. This one, it's going to be quick and simple, so I'll show you that today. I hope you guys had a great week. My grandson had a game yesterday, football game. His games this year are way different than last year. Last year, he would just walk off the field and come over and say, I'm done. I don't want to play anymore. And he would just go cry. And we would tell him, this is a team sport. You can't let your team down. You've got to go finish out the season. And he did not like that, but now he's loving it. So I'm super excited to go and watch him, and he's really enjoying it. So that's good. And just, I know you guys know my son went back to school too to become a teacher, and he is doing really well and liking it, enjoying the classes. He said it's kind of fun, kind of different because he is older. He's already has one of his AA, and then he was in the military. And long story short, he went to another college that picked him up for baseball, and then that state didn't accept his classes that he already took. And so he said, I'm out of here. And I'm not going to come just to play ball. I need to get, my bachelor's. Anyway, long story short, now he's going back and going to become a teacher. So I'm excited about that for him. He's doing really well. Quality over quantity. Yep, Stacy, that's how I roll. I like it. I like doing the kits because it's quick and simple. And so if I don't have, there's those times that you just don't feel super creative and your mojo's just not there. You're like, oh man, what am I going to work on? Die cutting is one of the things I do. Cutting up card bases, maybe. This hair is just flying all over. Is one of the things I like to do. But kits are another great way to get your kit done. And then that kind of got me going on something else. So I started. So I was excited about that. Okay, so really quickly, September bingo is open for registration. So don't forget to register for that. It is going to be a great bingo. So I'm excited about that. It's not all holiday. In fact, there is a holiday in there, 2 holiday items in there. And the other ones are not. So there's only 2 holiday items in that bingo. Also, my Elegant Pines Snowflake class. I'm hoping this week I will be able to I'll be able to kind of get all the kits finished. Oops, the projects are done. I just have to get the kits done. There is a lot of pieces in this one, so it's taken a bit of time to get it together, and then I've got to work on the PDF and the video. So I'm hoping by October 1st this will be sent out. It's a big one, so it's taken me a lot of time to get through it, but we'll get there. Also, don't forget I have the flat rate medium boxes going. So just to recap a little bit about the Elegant Pines class, if you purchase that suite from me, the class is free, but you must register and then just register for I will purchase the suite from you to get the class for free. And then when I see your order come in, I'll mark you as paid, okay? But keep in mind that my flat rate boxes, you can't just add $9 and also get a flat rate box, but you can add $109 and, or excuse me, I guess it would be 90. Let's see, 91, an additional $100 for the box. So if your order is $191, or whatever the price is there, it would be, you would also get a box. So I have those ready to go and ship. If you have ordered from me recently, those have already shipped. So don't forget that. World Card Making Day is October 4th. I am having an in-person class here for those of you that are local. I know a lot of local people watch. I have a class going, so you can register for that. And if you order that kit from me, the class will be free. All right, so we'll just have a fun day of watching the Stampin' Up! Card Making Day event and putting our kits together, and lunch will be included. All right, so I think that is about it. Of course, there's always the paper pumpkin, and there's other different things. And of course, I would love to have you join my team. Somebody did ask last video, they asked, and yes, please reach out to me. You can reach me at my blog at the top. I think it says about or contact, and message me or email me at marcie@marciebesecker.com, and I will get back with you with answering your questions for you. Let's see. And make sure I'm not missing anything. All right. It looks like I've got everything covered. So, all right. So let's get going. And let me show you what I've done and kind of what the kit looks like when you get it. So I'm going to show you first what the kit looks like when you get it. I was just thinking, oh no, I didn't even put the stamps on blocks or anything. Well, there aren't any. So this is a perfect kit to take with you. All right, so here is the kit. And oh, this is my oh yeah, there's no ink spot. Here I'm thinking, where's my ink spot? There isn't one. All right, I'm thinking paper pumpkin. So, all right, so let's get our directions and let me show you what is all in this kit. Let me back out just a little bit. You can see my messy desk. All right, so we have our envelopes, which are really cute. Here's our dimensionals. So we have dimensionals and we have our white liner tape. Here's our envelopes. We have trees on the front with the plaid on the inside. How cute is that? Hi, Rosie. So there are those. So we have card bases, and we have 4 of the Pool Party. Oops. And then let me read the colors to you while I'm right here. We have Basic Black, Cherry Cobbler, Crumb Cake, Crushed Curry, Early Espresso, Lost Lagoon, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Pecan Pie, Pool Party, and Real Red. So this is Pool Party, and this is Lost Lagoon. All right, so I'm just going to look at the cards here. So we have the Lost Lagoon is going to go with these trucks here. So we have 2 sheets of the trucks. And the Lost Lagoon is the truck going away from us. This is how I kind of sort it out when I get started. Then this one is the one coming towards us. Has anybody put this kit together yet? All right, so there's that. Now let's do our panels here real quick. The lights go with the Pool Party. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so there's the lights. And so the trees go with that one. Now, this is the interesting part. We're going to do 4 trees, 4 gifts, and 4 dogs with the Pool Party cards, the lighter ones. So here's our dogs. Pull them all out. Our packages. I love the look of this card. And then our trees. That one, and then this one. All right, so there's that one. Now this one, if you look at this closely, you've got the truck and the gifts. I do not see a tree on here. When you open it, though, this is the one with the truck going away. It does say there's a tree. Okay, this is the other one. So you have 1 and 2, and then they go back to 1 and 2 on how you put things. So this is what you're going to pull out for each for each card. But then this is how you're going to adhere your adhesive and stuff on it. Notice there isn't a tree. They're not putting anything on the tree, and there's the tree back here is the one going away, but the one coming towards you, but the one going away, no tree. Okay, but they do show a tree up here, but there isn't a tree. So I'm going to show you kind of what I did with that. So let's go ahead and put our packages and our dogs. Oh, you know what? There's no dog either. So you could add a dog, but there's no dog. So there's no dog, there's no trees, but there is packages. So once I got into it, I realized, oh, okay, so I have 4 extra dogs and 4 extra trees. Okay, so we'll just set that aside. I'm going to put that back in the box. And now with our sentiments, they have them in all the languages. I'm sure it's cheaper to package it all together than to do each language. So we're just going to pull out our joyful Christmas wishes right here in English for me. And that goes with the truck going away with the Lost Lagoon. And then we have sending loads of cheer. It's going to go with the other one. Right, and then same here. Let's pull this off. Oh, wrong one. There. And then if it wasn't so expensive to ship out of the country, it would be nice to be able to ship these to people. But I think what they should do is like at backstage or on stage or whatever, they should just have a table where people can just come and bring the other language stuff and leave it for other people to take, because a lot of people do have, different languages. All right, so that's how I split them up, and then I get started. So what we're going to do is I already have everything ready for the cards I'm going to make today. So I'm going to put these back in the box because I've already done some of my kit and I left some open for you to make some changes to. So I left them available here. So let me show you what we're going to do. All right. I'm trying to pull out the right one here so I can show you what I'm doing. So let's pull out this first one. Oh, I did put my extra pieces on there. My extra dogs. All right, so what I did, and I'm going to give you the measurements. I'm not going to forget this time. I'm going to write it down right now. Measurements. I'm going to stick it right up here so I can see it. All right, so what I did is I took the card base, and we're looking at the pool party one right now. So I'm going to take the card base, and I'm going to show you exactly what I did. Is I took the card base in, and the first thing I did is I went in here to 5 1/4. Okay, and I just took that strip off, and then I came back in and I did 4. Okay, because I knew I was going to go and do a card, a solid color. And so I did 4. If I wasn't going to do a solid color and I was going to do white, I would still do this size and I would add a trim around it. But I decided to do a card, a solid color, and I decided to make my inside white. I just cut it down. Okay, so I'll have that. And the inside is 3.5 by 4 3/4. So it just, you can still see that plaid. Okay. So that's how I do the card bases for all the cards that I'm going to show you. So just cut those 5 1/4. Okay, this one we're doing is we're going to bring in a red card base, real red, and we're going to just adhere our white to our panel. So right there, we're already thickening it up by adding cardstock first of all, and then by adding our card base, because this is what the card is. Okay, and then this is what the card base is, which is a little thicker. And then we're also going to add our panel here. All right, so there's that. And let's go ahead and add this on the inside. All right, so we're going to add this. Now what I did, okay, we have our extra, what did I just do with them? Our extra dog. And what did I just do with my extra tree? Here's our extra tree. I'm going to put them like this, like or we could put them like this. I'm going to put it this way. And like the dog is just kind of sitting by the tree. So we're going to just add that in there. I'm going to do that with liquid just because this has different shape. It's not just square, so the seal is just not the easiest, but you just need a little bit. Okay, so there's our tree. All right. Here's our tree, and then here's our little dog. All right, we're just going to put our little dog right by the tree. All right, so there's our inside now with our extra pieces. It doesn't show that online, but what am I going to do with these little dogs and little trees? Got to do something, right? So look how cute that is. What a surprise when you go in. All right. Oh, except, you know what I just did? It was supposed to be landscape. All right, we're swapping out cards. Hold on. It's good. Now my colors probably aren't going to match like I wanted, but that's okay. We'll make it work. All right, well, we're going to switch to this card now. Sorry about that. So now, again, we have it this way, and this card does run that way. I added a little red piece of glimmer, and I'm going to give you the measurement for that at the bottom of the sentiment. Here's that other panel that I had. Oh, okay. I have to think about this, because now this has Pool Party on the inside and Lost Lagoon on the out, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to add, we're just going to swap the colors all together. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right, so we're going to add this. So you're going to notice I changed the colors. This should be Lost Lagoon. I changed them with Pool Party because I already messed up. Put the Pool Party on the inside. And this is the landscape one, but that's okay. It all kind of mix matches together. All right, we're going to add this to the top of the card base. So let's just go ahead and adhere that straight down. Again, this is now the back panel or the front panel, whichever. One's going to go on the inside of the card. One's going to go on the outside of the card. You guys want to make sure colors up like I did. Make sure you're looking at your orientation. Is it landscape or portrait? Yay, me. All right. All right, so that's going to go this way. Now we're going to use liquid glue, of course, because we're going to adhere this panel, which you don't have to cut down because I just did the glimmer paper. Now this is retired glimmer. This is from the festive glimmer paper that we had. It's retired, so I'm all about pulling out retired glimmer. If you have it, use it, because glimmer is, when I see it go on last chance, I load up on glimmer. I don't go crazy because I don't want to be using the same glimmer forever. They're going to come out with a new one soon, I'm sure, like they did the blues this year. And I still have the balmy blue that we used to have. I just love glimmer paper. So, and I still have a ton of bedazzle, so I will use it. Bling, bling, bling. Add it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and add this. I do 1/8 of an inch larger. All right, so there we go. Now I know I'm going to put dimensionals on this, but we don't need to do that right now, so let's leave that. Your sentiment is going to come up just a little above, but I'm going to add that once it's on here. Because of the angles on your sides, it's easier once you also have your back card base to look at on where you're going to put it. So let's put our truck together. So your truck is going to go about here. And there's no trees on this one. We have our package. So I'm going to look at the instructions and it tells you where to put your adhesive. And that's really helpful. So this is the truck that's going away, which is this one right here. Okay, so going away, it tells me, and I use my adhesive that I have. I've told you guys that before. Whatever I have, I use because, well, number one, the adhesive that comes in the kit is a little bit thicker. And I don't mix and match them because they won't align just right. And if I give it to somebody or in my flat rate boxes I give away, I usually will throw those kinds of things in there. So whenever I get refill kits and that kind of thing. Okay, right here, I have a glare right on my instructions here. All right, so that's going to go there. Now, this does not go over the sentiment. It can. So I put one down here and it doesn't say to do that. And then I'm going to wait here. This one says to put 1/2 of one right here. Okay, so I do 1/2 of one. And then what I do is I pick up my truck. Let me come in a little closer. I put my gifts in the truck. Okay. So you'll see part of the gifts are showing like this is the side of the truck. But if you look at it, it looks like it goes all the way down. But this is the other side of the truck. So when you put your gifts in here, you're going to see that now that's the other side. So I'm going to bring this up. And it looks like what they do is they just show a little bit of the window right there. So that's what I did also. And I like to make sure I can see all my red there. I'm going to even pull it up a little higher. And it goes to white at the bottom. So you're going to just make sure that's hidden. And then you can show as much as you want. So I'm going to turn this over and put another dimensional. I'm going to put a large one just right here. Okay. So now my packages are safely on my truck. Now, you could add a tree there, but here's the problem. If you add a tree in there, it's going to stick up and it's going to kind of cover this background. So you could, and if you pull it down, then you're not going to have a whole lot of room for your sentiment unless you wanted to go all the way to the bottom, and I didn't want to. I even thought of putting one up close and then moving the truck down. But then you got to think about your sentiment. So I chose not to do one. I think I did one with a tree, and I'll show you. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to adhere this now onto the card base. I am watching a really cute show. I know I try to tell you guys what I'm watching. It's funny how many people message me and say, what are you watching now? Because we're always looking for something, right? I started watching The Summer I Turned Pretty. And it is really a cute show. It kind of reminds me of Dawson's Creek. You know, it's got kids growing up together and they become adults and how they intertwine in each other's lives and all that. So it's really cute. All right. I'm going to add the glimmer there. Now, I felt that I did not need to add glimmer around the outside. I could have done a white card base. And I could have, because this is 4 by 5 1/4, I could have done 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 glimmer around the outside. And then I could have even cut this out of it, but I decided not to do that. I thought the red card base was really pretty. So, and that glimmer with the sentiment was enough. So I'm going to add my truck right about there. The front wheels and the back of the truck are just barely over the sides. And then we're going to put our, I'm going to do large dimensionals because I added the glimmer. So I just did like a, oops, that's too close. I just did like a 1/4 of an inch of glimmer, enough so where you can glue it on there. All right, and then we're going to add it there. See now how the two edges kind of come out on the sides? And so I'm going to just do it, but I'm going to do it pretty close to the bottom, right about there, so I can bring my truck and I can see that pretty fence with the trees and stuff. So I'm going to put my sentiment first, so I can give myself just a little bit of white space. Okay, so what I do is I hold it up here so I can see the sides. I know it's going to be hard for you guys to see. All right, so I'm going to hold the sides. So I held it to where the point almost goes to the edge on both sides. Leave yourself a little bit of space at the bottom, and that's where my sentiment's going to go. And I'll show you all my alternatives after I'm done with these cards. All right, so we're going to do this. All right, and then we're going to just add our truck, and I'm just barely going above. You could even put your wheel just over it if you wanted to. All right, and then there we go. So, and I didn't even add any gems on because I thought I wanted it to stay that farm country kind of look to it. And so I was even concerned about adding glimmer because I thought, ooh, adding glimmer is really going to make it, you know, more blingy, but I wanted it to keep this look. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to add a little bit of the glimmer on there just to make it a little fancier. And then we've got our cute little tree and our dog on the inside. And it has thickened it up like a regular card base, which I really like. Okay, so there's that. So we'll set that one aside. And we'll come into the next one. Now remember, this one normally would have had the dark blue. Let me show you. This one, not the dark, so this one would have had that Lost Lagoon, but now it's got the pool party because of my boo-boo, but that's okay. So there is that. The one thing I did different with this one is I added one of our little starred sequins, and I also did that metallic enamel. I did just little gold like ornaments on one tree just to kind of make it like like I would of course decorated all of them if this was my house, but I just decorated one just to kind of show you. You can, change it up and do different things to it. So there's that one. Now the next one we're going to do, we're going to have all of our little animals. So let me show you. We're going to move all this aside. We're going to do the inside. Again, the same thing. I cut the card bases up. We still have our 3.5 by 4 3/4 white panel on top of our card base that we cut. And I just switched out the greens and the reds and did different ones. So we're just going to add this. What's nice is if you have pieces left over, you can always come back and add them. So we do have another dog and a tree. So I think I'm going to save those though for the cards that don't have dogs and trees, and I can put it on the inside. This one, we're just going to add this because I bought several kits. So I'm going to have a lot of extra. So I want to put those probably on that card, but we'll see. Now, this one I have to remember it's landscape. So I'm going to move my card landscape right now. Let's go ahead and add our panel. So same thing. So I did all the putting together of the truck and everything, just like the kit shows. The only thing I did is add glimmer and cut up the card base that they gave you and added card bases. So there's that. Let's go ahead and take our panel here and add it with our glue. So we can add it to the glimmer. Has anybody seen I Turned Pretty this summer or whatever? Do any of you add embellishments to masculine cards? I don't always, Gloria. We do have some of those little, or we had like the rivets, and we had like these here, the adhesive backed metallic ones, you know, things like that we had. I will black. I'll add black if it's, you know, if there's a black, but I don't always. It just kind of depends on the card. Instead of bows, a lot of times I'll do like a knot versus a bow, to make it a little more masculine. Okay, so this is going to have dimensionals on the back. All right, so we could actually go ahead and put that on. I'm not tying any ribbons around. Just another thing I like about this is even with the glitter, I would totally send this to a guy. I love the plaid on it, the truck, the winter. Now, this one I thought would even be cool. Remember last year when we had the little discs? It would be kind of cute to add the little colorful discs on here. I put a lot of those in my flat rate boxes that are leaving. So, but that would have been really cute to put that on there too. All right, so now this one. For this one, the sentiment and for the measurements, and I give it to you, I did a banner and I just added this on top. So again, so you get the banner and I added the glimmer instead of as a little strip. I wanted it to be all around our little banner. And I wasn't sure we would have room on the front for it, but I think we did fine. Oh, I need to put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, Judy, the matte dots, those work great, like those black ones. All right, let me move this up. There we go. All right, so now you have that glimmer just a little bit all the way around. So we're definitely going to add dimensionals to this. So I'm just going to put one on each corner here. Oops, too close. And then I cut some and I just did like a half of one at the bottom. So you could just add that on there. Okay, so there's that. Now let's do our truck. All right, so we have our truck and what we did, the same thing. I'm going to turn this over and show you where they said to put the dimensionals on. So right here, it says to put it, and they use the small ones. So I'm just going to continue with the small ones. Right here, and I add more once I get it put together. And right here. And then on our packages, remember it's going to be upside down when you're looking at it. So I'm going to put it right towards the top, right there. And then they put seal on the tree. So we're going to put, now this one splits all the way across the cab. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put our packages in. Now I will tell you in the picture, it shows the red bow on here. So when you pull it up, be careful of that thing. When you pull that up, you start to see white right here. So what I did is I just kind of pulled it a little closer and then lifted that package up so I could see that white. And I mean, so I can't see the white, but I definitely could see that, that bow at the top of that package. Okay, so if you want to pull it out even more, you could, but then your corner of your package is kind of showing up. So I just kind of tucked that down just a little bit. All right, so there's that. Now that's going to move because now you're going to put your tree. So what I did is I added an additional, because I wanted my packages to look more 3D. I put one up here so that when your tree is behind it, your trees, your packages are going to look popped up. Okay, so let's do this again. Let's do our tree first. Okay, so there's a little lip right there. Put your tree in and have it poking up. Get your packages and put it in there. I have not taken off the backing of my embellishments yet. I mean, of my dimensionals. Okay, so my white, I don't want that to show, but I have the bow showing. So I'm going to hold this down here tight. I am going to take off the backings on my dimensionals. Double check it. Make sure you can see your pink bow. You don't have white. And now that is good for me. It's sticking to my tree. But now my tree is going to start moving here soon. So what I'm going to do is take seal on the back of the tree. And I go across that little line right there just to kind of hold it with that. But then look at this. You've got this white line thing showing right here, and I didn't like that. So what I did is I took scissors and I just came around the top of the cab right here because you can tell it's a little closer to the top of the cab. And then I go behind the tree and I cut that off. And I'm going to go a little closer right here because it goes, there's no white at the top. There's very little white at the top. So I just kind of went around that corner and took that off so that you don't have that weird funky line right there. All right. Now, see, this still moves. Okay. So you can still make sure you get it in that perfect spot when you're going to put this on your card. So I'm going to hold that and take off this. Your tree will go flat against the card, but I'm going to also add a large embellishment, dimensional right here. All right, so now it's all ready to go. I can see the red, no white, the tree is on there, and your sentiment is up here. Add your sentiment. I didn't stick it on yet, but put it right about there. And then, and you could do it first, it doesn't really matter. And then you don't want your truck all the way to the bottom. They show the first wheel kind of right there in that spot. Oh, Laura Ann, I'll get back with you in just a second. And then that's where that first wheel's going to go, but I kind of moved it back just a little bit. So that my sentiment now can fit up in that corner. So Laura Ann was asking about if there's any joining specials. I can tell you that I heard that there will be. And I also can tell you that I heard that there's an announcement coming this week. So hang in there. Hopefully on Tuesday's updates, we get updates for demonstrators, any announcements and updates of something. So I'm hoping that's what it's going to be. My sentiment's hanging over my truck. I want it to go behind. There we go. Just that little tiny corner, and I'm okay with that. So I don't know if that's what it is. I don't know if it's coming, but apparently somebody kind of alluded to it. So I have no idea. They have not announced it, but there's a lot of talk about it. So, and I've heard other people say that they've heard it from other sources. So, and now remember though too, is sometimes I think sources are, we did last year, so why wouldn't we this year? So that's not really a great source, but in the past there has been. So I'm more hanging on to that, thinking that there could be. All right, so now our little dog is going to go right about here. He's waiting for his owner he's already loaded the Christmas tree and now he's ready. We are going to add dimensionals to him, and I'm adding a large one on the bottom because it's going to tuck right underneath the truck. And then I'm just putting a little one on the top because he's even going to, there's no dimensionals right here. So when it's in the mail, when this is on like this, it's gonna go flat. It's not going to cause any, double dimensional issues. So we're going to put our little guy, our little dog Rex. I just named him right here. So here's Rex. He's ready. And there you go. That is the second card. But, oh, let's put our tree and our dog on the inside. Now, I kind of feel weird putting another dog on the inside that looks just like the dog on the front. Oh, that's why I opted not to do the trees and the dog. Remember, we're going to put those on the other cards that I have. So we'll put those on the other ones. So I'll show you my other alternatives, but let me show you these really quick. They look like labs to me. Let me show you a little closer. I mean, I don't know dogs very well, but that looks like a lab to me. I have a Maltipoo. So basically all I did is add glimmer around the outside. I cut the card in half to add it onto a base. It gives it more color, which I like. I added glimmer again around the sentiment. Now I've done some other things, so let me show you on that. Let me move my tree so I don't lose them and my dogs. And don't forget, we have these awesome envelopes. So we have the trees on the front with the red on the back. So let's just put these like that. Okay, so there's 2 of them. And I'm going to come back out. You guys are really going to see my messy desk. But here's the other ones I did. So the one with, I don't know what I did with the one with the tree that I just showed you guys. But so this one was on red, and then I did green. So I mixed up them, okay? Then this one I did green with the green, red on the red. So I kind of mixed them up just to give you an idea of some different things. This one is one, of course, there's your dogs and your truck. So again, red and green card base. I swapped the glitters, so the glimmer paper, so you could see, add a little more. And I like this because it shows you the red and the green Christmassy colors really well. This one I did, again, red with the green. And then, okay, so why do I have some missing? Oh, here they are. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, so this one is the one that I did the little gold metallic with the enamel with the star. And that one I did all red, just so you can see kind of the difference. Let me add this one down here. All right, then this one, again, green with the red. So playing off of this one, this one, swapped them up. And then this one I took the star sequins that we have, and I just added all the different shapes of stars, of course, starting with the smaller ones at the top and coming larger, but then with the large star up at the top. And so I did this one with all the green. And then this, you can see, of course, this is the Lost Lagoon, which today I did the pool party because I boo-booed and did my portrait on the inside instead of landscape like I should have. So I just switched them up, which isn't that big of a deal. See, this one has the lighter, but this one has the darker. But I think when you add the colored card base, that really helps show you that you could do, add a lot of color with not worrying about what your card base backings are. Now, the other thing is I wanted to show you is, okay, so you get 8 cards. So this is one kit right here. Okay. And then I opened up the other kit to show you, but I haven't used it yet. So I will be doing the same thing with those. So what I really like about it again is they're thicker. I layered them up. I put our little dog and our tree on the inside. You don't have to add it, but I did add it right here. Which one? Wait. I thought I added it. Oh, yeah. No. Oh, here it is. I added the tree here in the background, but I really like this open look, like you're going to drive down there. So you can really, change it up a little bit. And I actually prefer it without this. I added it just to kind of see what it would look like. But I really like just the simplicity of this with just that little bit of glimmer on there. It just looks a little more Christmassy. I decided no bows, no embellishments. I thought the glimmer was just enough. And I really, really like these. So, of course, I did buy quite a few kits. I really think this one's going to sell out. It's really beautiful. There's no stamping. It's super simple. It is just a great, great card. And it could go, like I said, masculine, family, neighbor, whatever. It's just a really great, great card. So I hope you guys liked it. I really had fun making them. Will the dog fit in the cab of the, you know what, Carol? I even did that. I took a dog and I didn't cut the window out yet, but I was going to. And because this one has a bigger window than that one. Now you could probably put a slit maybe, and then, you know, put him there, but his head looks so big. So right here, I was like, okay, that dog's head, well, maybe it wouldn't, but you really wouldn't see anything but the head if you put it over on this side. And you could do that, because I even thought about, what if I put the dog over here, but then it looks like you're going to run the dog over. And then I'm like, well, you don't want the dog in the back of the truck, so that's not good. But the other thing you could do, oh, on this one, I even thought of, I could put a slit here and then put the doggy looking out the window. But I just thought, I kind of like the classy, elegant look of the cards. I just think they're really nice the way they are. And so I opted not to do that. I didn't want to mess any of them up, although I have plenty. I probably could have tried it. So anyway, I hope you guys liked it. These projects were so much fun to play with, and this kit was so simple. Bring out some old glimmer paper that you have. If you have white, that would be beautiful. Put your dark card base color, and you could even not use the card base back here if you wanted. You could do something with, you know, just put it on the inside and make that stretch a little longer, and then add your glimmer paper here up against your red or your green. If you had white glimmer, or even silver would be beautiful. I don't know if I would do gold. Gold would be really pretty too. I'm more of a, like for this, I would probably do more of a silver. But anyway, so these are so pretty. I was so glad I bought extra kits. Yay. That's what mine does with his head. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, Nell, you do want to order it. It's really cute. And like I said, you could bling it up. Let's see. Oh, the order number is 166227. Road to Christmas. 166227. So yeah, I would just, I mean, you don't even have to add glimmer. You could even do a red back and just add your garden green, and add this, you know, right behind it. And you'll give it that look with your red card base and your green trim. It doesn't have to be glimmer paper. I'm a glimmer blingy kind of girl, but I think if I ran out, I would definitely put garden green back here, and it would be perfect. That's what yours says with the head, Carol. Yeah. My dog, whenever I take him in the car somewhere, like to the groomer or to like Starbucks, sometimes I'll go get him one of those little pup cups, and he just shakes and shivers the whole time. But as soon as I say, okay, let's go home, he is all happy, up, wanting to look out and everything. But as soon as we're going somewhere, I don't know if he thinks we're going to the doctor or what. Let me show you my measurements real quick before I forget. So the card bases, you're going to cut 2 of the 4 by 5 1/4 out of the card base that comes with it. You're going to add your glimmer, which is 3 5/8 by 4 15/16. So I kind of, you're going to match it up behind the panels that they give you of the scene. So that's where those measurements came from. I don't know why they didn't do a regular measurement, but it is a little thinner than wider, I guess. So, and then the banner I cut, or excuse me, the sentiment strip across the bottom, I did 1/4 by 4 inches, and then I angled it and cut the glimmer off the bottom. Okay. And then the banner I did 1 7/8 by 1 7/16. And then I just cut the banner part at the bottom. And then inside white is 3.5 by 4 3/4. So I hope that all makes sense. Nail has a lot of glimmer. Me too. Oh, good, Robin. I'm glad. I think I've used all my black glimmer. I think I used it on Halloween last year. I still have a lot of balmy blue glimmer that we had, which I'm thinking I might use with some snowflake cards. So you might be seeing that this year. We used to have a champagne glimmer. Oh my gosh, I loved it. It was years ago. And I wish they still had it, but I think I used all mine too for that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to do and really quick. So it's a perfect thing to do to have some Christmas cards ready to go. These are great too if you want to do them for like your neighbors or your coworkers. Maybe you don't want to put in a whole lot of work for cards for like you would for your family or your friends or your team or whatever, but you want to do some cards. These are great. And if you're a demonstrator, these are a great way to introduce kits to people because it shows them how they can step them up. A lot of people go, oh, I don't like kits because they're not very strong. You can make them strong with, 4 cards. You've got, 2 pieces of paper in the back and then like a sheet of glimmer and you're good to go. So, and don't forget, you can always do your banner and your sentiment strip out of the center of your glimmer on the back. You're popping it up anyway. I mean, you're not going to be able to tell that there's anything missing on the back. So think about that. And I highly suggest the kit because I think they're going to sell out. All right, everybody, have a fantastic rest of your week. Don't forget, I have my Elegant Pine Snowflake class and bingo for sale still. I will let you know as soon as I know if there's any join specials because, of course, I would love to have you join my team. Right now, to join is still a great deal. It's $99. You get $125 in your product, and then immediately you get to put in your order as soon as you get your demonstration ID number, your demonstrator ID number, and you can go right back on and order for your 20% off. And if you were a demonstrator, I know somebody had asked me if I was a demonstrator before, can I join? Yes. If you're going to join the same person, you can join immediately the very next day. If you dropped for whatever reason, if you couldn't meet your quota or whatever, the very next day, you can go back and join. If you were with somebody and you want to switch, then you have to wait 90 days. So for 3 months, you have to wait. All right. So keep that in mind. Other than that, I don't know if there's any other questions. Just let me know. I'm happy to help answer any questions for you. And I think that is about it. Have a great rest of your weekend and a great week. I'll see you on Wednesday night. Bye, everybody.